Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is AMILIA UTAMI
And I'm REIZA AVRILLIA, and we are from opposite, and I'm speaker 1.
and I'm speaker 2.
And our motion today is this house believes that the new capital city has the potential of creating a conflict between indigenous locals and immigrants. And before I will tell you my argument, I will tell you the definition of capital city. The definition of capital city. The capital of country is a physical object that is the center of government. The function of the capital is a municipality where the seat of the administrative elements, namely the executive, legislative, and judiciary. And considering cultural difference and the first values of the indigenous society, this does not escape to the vulnerability of friction between these cultures. Not only in terms of cultures differences, other problems that arise have a very high potential to turn into conflict in society, especially social conflict. The relocation of the Republic of Indonesian capital city has the potential to create social conflict, including the exodus associated with the relocation, the existence of traditional institutions, and the potential for social marginalization. The plan to relocate the capital includes the transfer of key government employees, which will take place in stage after the infrastructure to be built at the prospective IKN is complete and ready for use. This move will almost certainly increase migration and bring together the cultures of immigrant and indigenous locals. Based on the culture difference and diverse values as Indonesian society, the weakness of friction between these cultures cannot be overstated. Other problems that arise aside from cultural difference have a high potential to turn into conflicts in society, particularly social conflicts. Conflicts are common in the Penajam area, which has been mentioned as a possible location for the capital city candidate. According to the East Kalimantan Regional Police, conflicts frequently occur as a result of tribal flags, which escalate into social conflicts with the formation of groups in society. Referring the example of the conflicts that can be collected regarding the potential for conflict caused by the grouping of local communities and migrants. This possibility reinforces the assumption that the relocation of the capital, which will involve population movement and encourage migration, will increase the likelihood of social conflicts in society. People are concerned because of the pressure of competition when the capital city is transferred due to the rate of migration. This fear is shared by the community because education in East Kalimantan is superb when compared to the equal education available to residents of Jakarta. These possibilities are result of abrupt and rapid change that leave no room for people to adapt and socialize. This has the potential to spark conflicts that threaten national security and stability.
Okay, I will continue the argument of my first speaker. Okay, those who move it inevitably bring new style and culture of life. Another fact is evidenced by phenomena involved in the integration of communities that would become native and migrants. The grouping is very vulnerable to exploration into a social conflict that will shatter if gaps are created. This frequent conflict is the result of interruptible fighting that then escalates into a social conflict with the forming of the group within the community. But this conflict often proves to be a more criminal case framed merely as a social conflict. An example of a paid-up conflict where one of the individuals with the use of a traditional weapon and under the influence killed one of another citizen. After that, the conflict carried bring a particular tribal name, provoked a hoax on the irresponsibility political, whereas the perpetrators are also local people. According to the example of the conflict, data can be drawn on the potential for conflict caused by local and immigrant grouping. This potential future further reinforce the assumption that with the removal of the capacity which will involve population movement and drive migration rates, there is a potential social conflict in society. The threat of marginalization that result in social conflict is increasingly rapid. In everyday life, individuals or groups are not independent of interaction with other groups. Interaction of multicultural groups with difference of physical characteristics, knowledge, mores, and beliefs are susceptible to conflict. In Indonesia, more cultural disparity is turning into a destructive conflict that results in ethnic, religious, racial, or class disease. The days involve physical violence that result in use of life and possession. I think that's all from our group. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.